"What have we here?" he exclaimed, discovering her only weapon and holding it up for inspection. The handle of Zannah's lightsaber was slightly longer than normal to accommodate the twin crystals required to power the blades that extended from either end. However, while most traditional double-bladed weapons had blades each measuring 1.5 meters or more, those of Zannah's lightsaber were slightly under 1 meter in length. This small but significant difference was critical to the way in which she used her weapon. "The smaller blades give you greater speed and maneuverability," her master explained as the 14-year-old Zannah twirled her newly constructed lightsaber in her left hand, focusing on mastering the feel of its unique balance and weight. "Grip the handle lightly in your fingers. Control the weapon with your wrist and hand rather than the muscles of your arm. You will sacrifice reach and leverage, but you will be able to create a shield of impenetrable defense." "Defense will not slay my enemy," Zannah remarked, smoothly transferring the spinning crimson blades from her left hand to her right and back again. "You lack the physical strength required for the powerful attacking strikes of the Gemso or the other aggressive forms," her master explained. "You must rely on quickness, cunning, and most of all, patience to best your enemies." He ignited his own lightsaber and took a long, looping swing in her direction. Zannah intercepted the blow with her own weapon, easily deflecting it to the side. "Form 3 allows you to parry incoming attacks with minimal effort," he told her. "Your opponent must expend precious energy with each blow, slowly tiring while you remain fresh and strong." Bane seized the hook-handled grip of his own lightsaber with both hands and raised it high over his head, then brought it straight down in a fierce chop. Using the techniques he had made her practice for 2 hours each day over the past year, Zannah met her master's blade with one of her own. Had she tried to meet it head-on, the strength of his attack would have driven her own weapon back into her or knocked the lightsaber from her hand. Instead, she clipped his blade with a glancing contact, rerouting it so that it continued its downward arc at an angle, passing harmlessly a few centimeters from her shoulder. "Good," Bane said approvingly, winding up for another heavy-handed swipe. "Do not block. Redirect. Wait for opponents to become weary or frustrated. Let them make a mistake. Then seize the opening and make them pay." To illustrate his point, Bane took a wild swipe that she easily picked off. The momentum of his swing caused him to lean too far forward, exposing his shoulder and back to her counterattack. With a flick of her wrist, Zannah directed her own weapon toward the opening. She scored a direct hit, one of her twin blades tracing a 10-centimeter-long slash across his shoulder that would have severed the arm of any other opponent. In Bane's case, however, the blade only cut through the cloth of his shirt and left a small scorch mark on the impregnable shell of the orbalist beneath. "You're dead!" she exclaimed triumphantly, still twirling her blade so that it never lost momentum. Bane nodded in approval, but it was early, and the day's lesson had only just begun. "Again," he commanded, in the stern taskmaster's voice he always used during their drills and practice sessions. "What is this? A lightsaber?" Pak muttered, turning the handle over in his hands. "Where'd you get this? You steal it off a Jedi or something?"